Hey guys, Robin here with AriesFireTarot. How's it going? Doing your daily tarot card reading for Sunday, November 22nd, and I'm using the Good Tarot deck to do this reading for you guys. So, I have this habit of getting kind of obsessed with certain songs, and my most recent obsession is, has anybody seen that movie with Richard Gere, and I think it's Diane Lane, but I'm not 100% sure. It's called Unfaithful. So there's a moment where she's dancing with this dude outside of her marriage, and he's playing this really cool song, so I found it, and I'm just listening to it constantly anyway, and it's French, so I'm not exactly sure how to translate it, but let me know if you've seen that movie Unfaithful, if you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. Like, I really quite enjoyed it. But anyway, so that's my overshare for the day, and I'm gonna get into your reading. So what we're gonna look at with the first card is, either the highest energy or the incident. And I got this word on one of your other daily readings. I can't remember which one, but I got the the word incident. So let's see. Oh boy. So 7 of Fire. So you guys can still be really protecting your space. So sometimes people think that when they have to protect themselves or protect their energy, or whatever it is, you could have a roommate that crosses the line, and I used to have one, or your boss is asking for too much, or your kids are like driving you crazy, and it's okay, that happens. I'm just seeing where, you might lose perspective on how to do things in a nice way. And that could be the product of being extremely stressed out. So instead of having, with the 7 of Wands or the 7 of Fire in other tarot card decks, where the character is like holding his wand up and he's like, everybody back, no, I can't take it, no, get back, instead of doing that, you can go, can we do that later? I'd really appreciate, not right now, I'm just resting for a second. So there's a total different approach that you can take to things at any time. You can put a little bit of magic into it. You can keep your kids busy if you want to. Like I used to give my boys, when they were probably around 6, around that age, when they could read at least a little bit, I'd give them treasure hunts and stuff like that to do, and, stuff to keep them occupied so I could go relax a little bit, so that I wouldn't get to the end of my fuse. And I try to do that with everybody. It does not always work, but just consider a different way of getting your point across, instead of reaching the end of your rope and then snapping, because then you have to deal with that on your plate too. Is like, most people feel really mortified when they flip out. Although I love a good flip out when somebody else is doing it. So again, you're being guided here to really protect your boundaries and not let people access you all the time. This is a very heavy message coming in here. I got this on your Friday reading. Your Saturday card, I still have it here because I'm lazy. Simplicity, on how to simplify your life, your day. And now the 7 of Fire is coming in and saying you're just letting people get too close to you. You're having people come in and they're too easily accessing you, And why are you doing that? You have to figure that out, okay? So I'm going to pull another card over top of that and see what's going on. We've got the High Priestess. So you have a very emotional connection with somebody. The High Priestess, she's got a very open and loving aura around her. And it could be somebody driving you. It could be somebody else's idea of who you should be. For some of you, you could be trying to live up to some version of yourself that doesn't really exist. I have a feeling that somebody is kind of watching you through the veil, which is fascinating. And they're trying to give you this message too. Like, she's just looking right at me anyway, and here, she's looking right at you. So it could be that you lost somebody that gave you really inspired wisdom, you know? It could be like a grandmother or a grandfather, and maybe you feel a little bit lost and off balance without them in your life. You know, there's a really close connection where somebody could just come in and they would see you and give you this advice, you know, and they could talk about you to you without you getting upset, where other people, if they came in and said those things, you would probably be offended. But this person was so connected to you, and it could be a friend, you know. For me, I know who this is for me. You know, I lost my best friend. It's been about 15 years now. And I think about him when times are tough, and I ask him for help when I feel really lost. I'm gonna pause. Hold on. I wasn't expecting that, but anyway, you know, you still have somebody really close to you, and they want to support you even if they're not beside you physically. And I can see where that kind of loss can halt you on your path sometimes, and kind of feel bewildered and lost because you don't have that support. It's like you guys were soul family, and it's difficult to go on, and you might let your standards slip a little bit in the way that, you know, people can come in and kind of trample all over top of your feelings and your objectives and stuff like that. So this high priestess is really coming in, and she's offering you that support from across the veil, from that person that really saw you, that is probably no longer in your life anymore. Man, that was really, really, really difficult for me to talk about my friend. You know, he died unexpectedly, and it was earth-shattering for me. So I think all of you have that person, you know, and you could just be separated by circumstances instead of the veil. So if you have access to this kind of person and they're still among the living, you need to repair that relationship. You know, you really do, because you don't get very many of those people in your life. I'm gonna like go and sob after this reading, but anyway, so we have the sun here. So I'm getting this stupid song in my head, the sun will come up tomorrow. But you know, the key thing about that song is when you focus on tomorrow, it's always a day away, like the song says, and you don't want that. You want to live in your current reality. So, you know, if you want to take steps to rectify a relationship or do things a little bit differently, if you want to start that diet or, you know, whatever. And I say diet because people famously would say, I'll start my diet on Monday. And I did that for a long time too, but people procrastinate things to put their boundaries in place and implement things that'll be better for your life. You know, and it's time to stop doing that. You've got the sun card, and the sun wants you to act now. And it doesn't mean you need to engage in a flurry of activity to do this. It just means to set your intention. And what are your intentions? And are you saying them every day? And are you focusing on them? Are you putting yourself first, your own priority? Let the sun shine into your own life, and so that it can refract off of you, you know, for other people. And I see where this soul that is being represented by the high priestess is so important for you guys. You know, if you need to forgive somebody, it's time. If you need to ask somebody's forgiveness, it's time. If you've never spoken to somebody on the other side of the veil since they passed away, What is stopping you? They're still around you. Your ancestors march behind you like an army of love. I feel really emotional doing this. And I really just want to pull one more card, but I would also really like to just cry. So you have the Star card here, you guys. So the Star card is really just being super optimistic, just remaining hopeful, putting your intention out into the universe. Keep an air of expectancy around yourself, you know, staying really positive and asking for everything in your life that you deserve. And really believe that you deserve it, because you do, because you're beautiful. And I think that's all I can do right now, you guys. So I'm gonna go. Sorry about getting so emotional, but I think you guys understand. So I'll see you guys another time. Take care. Bye.